What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to do something a little bit different. I usually like to approach the videos that I make as sort of like a podcast type thing. That's kind of the videos that I like to listen to, where there are visuals to the video, but I mostly just throw on videos that talk about games, stuff like that, and I just throw them on, don't even look at the video, I just listen to them more like a podcast. And I'm going to try to do that and approach more of that today, where I'm just going to turn the mic on. I'm not going to cut anything for the most part unless something crazy happens, but I'm going to try a different approach to this laid back type of video, where today I want to go through, talk about maybe 10 to 15 games that are on sale as a part of the Steam summer sale, because there's a lot of big games that are on sale. You can get a lot of great deals. Steam is usually really good about giving you just crazy good deals, and I want to go through, and what I'm going to do is just go up to the search tab and I'm going to filter. I want to talk about games that are under $10. I want to try and recommend games that are on sale for $10 or less that I think are worth that price. I want to try and get you the most bang for your buck. So I want to just talk about some games, just a bit of a laid back video. Let's just talk about some games that are on sale right now. I'm just going to scroll through the list. We'll talk about 10 to 15 games and just go from there. So the first thing that I'm seeing, this one's been popping off recently. It's Star Wars Battlefront 2. It is on sale 90% off. It is $4. Now, I've been debating whether or not I should get this game on PC, just because, first of all, it's $4 and it's really cheap, but just the resurgence in players. I did play a lot of it on Xbox, and that's where a lot of my progress is. And at first, when the game came out, everyone knows it was really just not great. I mean, launched in a terrible state. The lack of content, no polish, and also the huge microtransaction kind of scandal that happened with the loot boxes. That's when that really popped off. The launch was not great for this game, but DICE stuck with it like they usually do with their games. The newer Battlefield games, they always usually stick through, update the games, add more content, and end up making them really solid games to even great games like Battlefront 2 is. So for $4, you get Battlefront 2. The campaign's not really all that memorable. It's whatever. But I think the gameplay and what the multiplayer offers you is, the highlight of this game. You have modes like Galactic Assault, which, can be hit or miss. But then you have Supremacy, which got added on later in the game, where you can pick between the different eras and the trilogies. And it's just all-out warfare. It's like a conquest style, command post, capture the command post, and then some maps you can even go and you not really hijack, but you go on to enemy ships and you try to destroy the ship from the inside. It's like this tug of war match that ends up being really cool. I really got a lot of enjoyment and just playtime through the co-op mode, where it was you and 3 other people against a team of AI. I thought that was super laid back. You could get your classes leveled up, your heroes leveled up. That's where you can really learn the game, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I thought that was a really great mode, and it's not like always, you're just running through it super easy. There's some matches that can be pretty challenging. So those are just the main modes. There's a lot of side modes, a lot of content in this game. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you're looking for something that is a, cheap $4, and you can get a lot of time into this game, I feel like, just with the multiplayer. And the single player is there too if you want, a new Star Wars story. It might not be the best. It's really not that great, but if you want, it's there too. I would definitely recommend Battlefront 2. Let me take a quick drink. There's going to be a lot of talking in this video. I'll go ahead and quickly talk about this one just because it's here and it's definitely worth it. A lot of people know about this game, but I'll just talk about it. Stardew Valley. If you haven't checked out Stardew Valley or you don't know anything about it, it's basically a farming life sim, and it's one of, if not the best games in the genre. There's so much to do in this game. There it's crazy that this indie game has had the success that it's had and all of the overwhelmingly positive. I'm looking at the page right now, 763,000 reviews, and it's overwhelmingly positive. It's right now half off for $7.50, even for $15. Normally it's 100% worth it, but getting it for $7.50, you're getting a lot of content that is in this game. Concerned Ape, the developer, did a great job with this game, and I think if you haven't checked out Stardew Valley and you're thinking about it, or then now is the time. $7.50 is a fantastic deal for Stardew Valley. You can get a lot of value out of Stardew. So I just wanted to quickly talk about that. A lot of people already know about it, but just gotta give a shout out if you didn't already know. And also in this video, I want to, there's a lot of games that are on sale. I have not played all these games, so there's some games that you might know about that are on sale that I might skip over. That's just because I haven't played them enough, or just haven't beaten the game enough to recommend it or talk about it and the way that I want to. So there's a lot of games on sale. Some of these games I will probably skip over. Let's talk about Doom next. We'll get both games in here, Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. Doom Eternal right now is on sale. It is 75% off for $10, and Doom 2016 is $4. Now, I just did my Doom the Dark Ages review a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't remember exactly when that came out. Excuse me. But Doom, the new Doom games are some of the best first-person shooters that you can get, and for the price, Doom 2016 is a fantastic game. For that cheap, you get a fantastic single-player campaign with a lot of content within it, but then you also get what Doom the Dark Ages didn't have. You get a multiplayer component that is pretty solid. It's okay, but it's there, and there's also the whole snap map thing where you can basically make your own levels, and other people have made their own levels. So there's almost like an infinite amount of content in Doom 2016. I never really even checked out the snap map stuff when I played 2016. And there's also like secret levels. There's so much stuff in Doom 2016, and then they took that, and with Eternal they just ramped it up to 11. It's faster, it's more fluid, and it's the same thing. The battle mode is here. Again, it's whatever. You can probably still get some enjoyment out of it. I'm pretty sure there's a horde mode, which I never got to check out, that they added for free after that. There's also DLC for Doom Eternal 2. I'm not sure how much that is on sale right now. I guess I could go ahead and check. The DLC is also very good. Just both Doom games are just great DLC, or great games, and the DLCs, I think it looks like they are both $8. So you can even get the DLCs for less than $10 as well. But I would stick to, if you want to get the best bang for your buck, definitely Doom 2016, but Doom Eternal for $10 is also a great deal. Right below that, I see Halo the Master Chief Collection. It's on sale, 75% off for $10. And this, I've recently been going through and playing the original Halo trilogy. I played Reach again just because I always like to go back and play these games. I've been playing it in co-op, and there's just still some of the best sci-fi first-person shooters you can get. They've aged for the most part. Obviously there's some parts of the games that haven't, but 90% of these games have aged perfectly. Even though they're older games, they still hold up today as fantastic games. The MCC gives you Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm pretty sure it doesn't include Reach and ODST, but those are also on sale right now. And you can even buy these games separate. So you get Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the MCC. If you want to pay that $10, you get all the campaigns. You get all of the multiplayer, which I've heard the multiplayer is not too safe to play on PC right now. Now, I could be wrong about that, but just beware of that. But the campaigns themselves are worth the $10. But you can also get just those games by themselves. CE 2 and 3 are $250, and then Halo Reach and ODST don't come with the MCC, but you can also get those for very cheap. Halo Reach is $250 and ODST is $125. So just crazy deals. This is probably one of the best bang for your buck deals you can get. If you haven't experienced Halo, you're looking for something that's going to get you, I mean, so many hours of content for very cheap. MCC is a good way to go. Even if you can't really get into the multiplayer just because of how the servers are and they haven't really gone back and fixed all the cheating and hacking and stuff like that, it might not be safe to play, but you still have the campaigns to go through, which are fantastic. I would 100% recommend, if you haven't played MCC and you're looking to get into the franchise, definitely check out MCC. $10 right now is a great deal. Keep going here. Let's see. Just still kind of looking for something that I would talk about. Okay, this is kind of an underrated one, but let's talk about it for a second. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. This one is 90% off. It's $6 right now. This came out late 2021. Almost forgot this game existed until I just saw this. Very underrated single player game. When this game first got announced, it was questionable to me because it seemed like this would be the perfect, co-op for four people. You guys take on missions together, you guys go through a story, something like that. Kind of like what they tried to do with Avengers and very much failed at. And maybe that's why they decided not to go down that path and make this a single player game, and they surprised me. This was a very, very good single player game with a lot of great writing and dialogue, and the story, and also the characters that we know and love are honestly probably, more well done here than they are in the movies, believe it or not. Just because you have a lot more time to spend with these characters. This is like a 20-hour single player campaign. It's not like this open world, checklist game. It's more of a linear, you're set down a path story, but it's a chunky one. You're going to get a lot of time out of it. It's got an original soundtrack, which I still go back and listen to. It's got a great original soundtrack. I mean, very underrated. I think this is a hidden gem. It's also on Game Pass. We'll talk about Game Pass in a future video, but Guardians of the Galaxy for $6. If you want a solid but a very good single player game that's going to get you your money's worth, like I said, 20 hours, you can probably get up to 25-30 hours if you try and do a lot of the content in this game. You get that for $6. If you're into Marvel, if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and you are looking for more of that, you get a lot more in this game than you do at the movies, because obviously the movies are 2-3 hours long. This game is 20-25 hours long. So if you're interested, I would definitely check out Guardians of the Galaxy. It's $6 right now. That's a great deal. See, I lost my spot. I'm just going to keep going down the list. Sure, why not? We'll talk about Borderlands 2. This is on sale right now for 75% off. It is $5. Now, looking at it now, the recent reviews are overwhelmingly negative. So I'm going to check this out just because I don't want to give a bad recommendation. Overall, this game is very, very good, but maybe something happened recently that maybe I don't recommend it. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me know down in the comments if you know what's going on with that. I'm just going to talk about what I played with Borderlands 2, and it's one of the best looter shooters out there. I think the entire franchise is on sale. You can get the Game of the Year edition, which might be the bundle I recommend, for $8.79. You get all the DLC with that. You can get the base game for $5, but I would definitely go with the Game of the Year edition because you get a lot of content. This is a very meaty co-op looter shooter that you can play with up to 4 people. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of guns. This is the Borderlands franchise and the Borderlands formula at its best, with the art style, the writing, and the comedy, but it's also the gameplay systems and how addicting this game really is. And this is the game that set the franchise off and really made it a big mainstream franchise. And even the DLCs, which I haven't finished all of them. I think I've gone through 2 or 3. I think I was on the Tiny Tina's DLC, the Dragon Keep one, which is really cool. I don't think I ever finished that one, but overall, with the Game of the Year edition, $8.79, you get a lot of content, even in single player. That's how I played it for the most part. I've played a little bit of it in co-op, but I think that Borderlands 2 is it's one of the best co-op games of all time. If you have friends to play with and you're looking for something to play with, you can get a lot of time out of Borderlands 2. But even as a single player game, it's got a great story, it's got great characters. It's the Borderlands franchise at its best. I would definitely recommend it. Now, for whatever reason, what's going on with the recent reviews, take this away, just forget I even say anything about it. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but just based on what I played and overall, I'd say I definitely recommend Borderlands 2. And I'm not going to go back to the list of games. I'm actually going to click over to a game that's right next to it because I am a big fan of Payday. I'm a big fan of Payday. I played a lot of it. It is one of those, I don't know, not really hidden gem because there's a lot of people that know about Payday, but when Payday 3 got announced, I was super excited, and that game launched the way it did, and it's gotten a little better. It's gotten to a place where it's solid, but it's really doesn't even hold a candle to Payday 2, except for the gameplay and the engine, because that's a whole lot better. But just based on content, Payday 2, again, it's one of the best co-op first-person shooters you can play. Just alongside Borderlands, there's a lot to do. There's an entire leveling system that you can just keep going with it. There's so many guns and heists. Now, there's a lot of DLC for this game. There is, but you can get the earlier DLCs, which honestly, for the most part, are the more high-quality DLCs for like probably $2, $3, something like that. So you can get a lot of bang for your buck if you want extra content with DLCs. But for right now, I didn't even say how much it is. It's 67% off. It's usually $10 originally, but it's down to $3.29. So even as a solo player, which is what I mostly play this game as, I played a lot of co-op too. You have your loud and stealth. There's whole entire systems and heists that are designed around those mechanics. And also RNG comes into play a lot, so none of these heists ever feel the exact same. There's always something different going on in each heist, and the creativity for the most part that they came up with these heists. There's a lot of variety with the heists and the weapons and the different builds and stuff that you can make. If you want a first-person shooter that's also co-op, kind of like Borderlands. It's a lot like Borderlands, but obviously they're two different games. You got a looter shooter, you got a heisting game, but I would 100% recommend Payday 2, even though there's some parts of the game that, maybe they haven't aged that great. The engine is really not that great. That's really what holds this game back. It's still a great game, but if the engine was, Unreal Engine 4 like Payday 3's is, I can't even imagine. But I would recommend Payday 2 for sure. Stay away from Payday 3 for right now. It's also on sale, but I don't even want to. Just get Payday 2. There's a lot more going on in Payday 2. It's definitely worth the money. It's also cheaper. So Payday 2, going to recommend that. I want to try, and I've been talking a lot about first-person shooters, and let's see what we're at. We're at 18 minutes. We'll go for a couple more minutes. Just talk about some more games. I'm going to go ahead, and I think I see the next game 100%. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I think the MCC is the second best bang for your buck you can get just out of the games that I've seen and talked about so far. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is the best bang for your buck you can get. Right now, it is 90% off. It is $6. You get the entire Mass Effect trilogy and all of the DLC for $6. Mass Effect is one of the best trilogies in gaming. It might be my favorite. I might have to think about that. But there's so much in these games. First of all, they're just great single player sci-fi RPGs with great writing and dialogue, fantastic characters, a really great story, and it's the trilogy that your choices carry over from 1, 2 to 3. You can really get 100+ hours, like just 100% sure, out of these games. not even including going back and maybe trying different decisions. There's Paragon and Renegade, basically good and bad. So if you want to do a Paragon playthrough and then do a Renegade one to see how things change up, I mean, there's a lot to these games. Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I just cannot say more about, if you want a game or games that you can, you know, keep you busy for hundreds of hours and you can get for $6, I don't think there's a better deal to me that I've seen. You get all these games, they're remastered. The first game has changes made to it that make it a little bit more, you know, digestible, I guess, with the Mako parts. The Mako's done a whole lot better, but man, I might have to go through and do a replay of these games. When this Legendary Edition was announced to be coming out, I had to, you know, it gave me a reason to play these games again. And there's a lot of these, you know, remasters that you see nowadays, and they're done not all that great. Like I remember at launch, the GTA Trilogy, that should have been an easy walk in the park, easy money for Rockstar. They screwed that up. They did go back and update it. Also, maybe the Battlefront collection that came out, I think last year, was a total flop. There's a lot of these trilogy remasters that should be easy, but they, for some reason, screw them up. BioWare did not screw this one up. They did take the love and care and put it into this game. All the DLCs, all weapons, armors, and packs. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, 100%. That's my biggest recommend if you haven't checked these games out. I'll talk about, we'll do three more, maybe two more. I want to talk about not just Left 4 Dead, but just the Valve games in general, because these games are always super cheap when they go on sale. So we're talking Left 4 Dead, Half-Life, Portal, Counter-Strike. These games are $2 or less. You can get the entire Valve complete pack, which I'll go through really quick. Let's see what's in this. Counter-Strike 2, which is free, Counter-Strike Source, Counter-Strike Condition Zero, Day of Defeat Source, Dota 2, Day of Defeat, Deathmatch Classic, Half-Life, all the DLC and separate games, Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Portal 1 and 2, and Team Fortress. You get all those games for $12. I mean, back when Valve used to make games, they made really, really good games, and Left 4 Dead especially, that's the one I have the most experience with. I haven't checked out Half-Life yet. I do want to very soon. And Portal, I've also played Portal 2. I have not played Portal 1. But all these games being $2, definitely get Left 4 Dead 2. That's probably, I know I've talked about a lot of first-person shooter co-op games, Payday, Borderlands. This is probably the best one out there, if I'm being just honest. There's so much content. You have workshop mods, you have weapon mods, not even including what's in the base game Left 4 Dead 2. You just have so much content in Left 4 Dead 2. It's ridiculous. You can play Left 4 Dead 1, but all the Left 4 Dead 1 stuff is in 2. So, I mean, you might still be able to get some enjoyment out of 1, but you might as well just play 2 just because they're basically combined. But also Portal 2. And that is a game I think I played early last year for the first time. And I'm not even a puzzle game person, but definitely I can say that that's one of the best puzzle games of all time. It's so creative and clever with how it does its level design, puzzle design, stuff like that. But also the story and character is very surprising to me. I did not expect to have a great story along with that. So all the Valve games, $2 or less. You can get some, definitely get some bang for your buck right there. Let's talk about one more game. Let's make it a good one. Just going to keep scrolling down. We'll see what I can find, if there's anything that I want to talk about. I see Titanfall 2 for $4.50. I'm not sure if that's the game I want to talk about, but great campaign with that one. Maybe check that one out. Let's see. I want to get one more game in here, but what is it going to be? There's a lot of good games here that I could sit and talk about, but I don't want this to be a 30-minute long video, even though I might be close to it, just because I sure can yap about some games. Okay, I might go back up. Let's Okay, here's what we'll do. We're gonna go down to $5. Let's get a super cheap game in here that I haven't talked about. Nothing that's over $5. Let's make this last one a $5 or less game. Let's see. Really focusing in here. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Okay, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We are going to talk about Titanfall 2. I did say that. I mentioned it just a second ago. But we're going to go back and talk about that because there's a lot of games I do want to talk about. But I think Titanfall 2 is the one that I will go ahead and recommend for $4.50. The multiplayer, I don't know how entirely populated it is. Not sure how we're doing on the player count on that side of things. But you can probably still get into some games. And the multiplayer is a lot of fun. The movement in this game is some of the smoothest movement you can get in a first-person shooter. They really knocked it out of the park. The Titans, I mean, they just basically took everything from 1 and just ramped it up to 11. They just made everything smoother, made everything feel better. But the highlight of this game is the campaign, which is a big surprise. The first game did not have a campaign. Now you go in with 2, you're going to make a campaign, and it's a short and sweet campaign. Great characters, great story, short and sweet. You can get this done in a few hours. Game still holds up graphics-wise. I kind of want to just get the game just to see how we're looking on a PC because I played it on a console. I've not played it on a PC. I just want to maybe kind of see. I'm not sure. But for $4.50, it's 85% off. That's definitely worth it for the campaign alone. And maybe you can get some multiplayer enjoyment out of it if there's still enough people playing. Hopefully it's not like hacked or anything like that. This one was a big one that came out at a really bad time. It came out right in between Battlefield and Call of Duty back when it came out, and it made the sales of this game drop drastically, and that's probably why we haven't gotten a third game. I'm not entirely sure why we haven't gotten a third game. Maybe also it has something to do with the fact that Apex is still popping off and they don't feel like they need to make anything, but a Titanfall 3 would be insanely good if done right. But that'll be the last game we talk about. Titanfall 2. I know I shouted out a lot of first-person shooters. I was trying to kind of break it up a little bit. So if you want to see another video like this, maybe I go into some $20, $30 games and try to break it up a little bit and talk about, you know, not just first-person shooters. I just kind of went down the list and picked out what I saw, what I wanted to shout out. So that will do it for the video. Just wanted to sit and talk about some Steam summer sale games. There's a lot of good sales going on, so even not just the games that I talked about, but just go look for things that might interest you. Like I said, there's a lot of games I haven't played and that are super cheap. So don't just take what I say. I obviously recommend all these games, but go look and see what you can find. See how many games you can get for a low price. I always like seeing what kind of bang for my buck I can get with these sales. So that'll do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll talk to you later.